Hello, my dear young friends. A very warm welcome to another session of e-content learning. Today, I will revise what has been taught to you in the previous two sessions. The topic of the discussion is a very thought-provoking poem called as Measurements, authored by a famous Assamese writer Navakanta Barua. As you all know, Measurements is a metaphorical poem which has plenty of food for thought for the readers. Now, coming quickly to the nature of this poem, as you know, this poem has been written in a very metaphorical way. It is a critique of the modern civilization, and this poem has been written to criticize the idea of development and progress, which has been detrimental to human progress because everything has been measured only in economic terms. And the poet here in this poem says, in the present times, everything is measured in economic terms. That is the tragedy of the modern day civilization. And no one is really concerned about what to do with these measurements, be it the economic measurement or measurement of any sort. And here in this poem, the poet actually gives you the metaphor of going to a tailor and getting your clothes stitched. He says that this is the time of evening, and let us go to the tailor and let us give our measurements of neck, chest, hands, our arms, and so on. And then the measurements are over. But the poet here has no urgency to get his garments stitched. Here, why? Because it is another measurement, and tomorrow the measurements may be declared as wrong. So, this is a very symbolic way of what is happening in the modern day world, wherein everything depends only on the numbers. It is another number game in modern day world. Everything depends on the magic numbers, be it the births or the mortality or the progress of economy, the GDP. Everything is just a game of numbers. So, where is humanity? Humanity is definitely pushed away, is swept away, totally away from the mankind. So, he also gives some examples of how the number of suicides have been going up because suicides again is a statistical work wherein there are no elements of emotion and human mentality or human psychology being involved. So, suicides also is just another measurement of numbers and nothing else in the modern day world. So, when we speak of development and progress on the one hand, we also have to, think of bringing humanity or making it more humane, the development aspect and the statistical aspect must be made humane, or humanity must be, uh, you know, added, involved into development, and not just making it merely a number game. This is the whole idea about the poem. And the poem actually gives one more metaphor, the idea of getting a perfect garment stitched. So, what is this perfect garment which is getting stitched? The perfect garment here is called as the happiness. Happiness is a metaphor uh, which really is missing in today's world. The perfect garment is compared to the happiness. And happiness, as you know, it is something which is very difficult to achieve in this fast paced, materialistic, modern world. Because people are behind money, people are behind materials, material life is the norm of the day. When such things happen, then the humanity becomes a very rare commodity. And we also come to know that there are so many generations which will involve only in measuring the progress of society in economic terms, and no one will really think of stitching the garment called as the happiness. Here, happiness is a metaphor. Stitching the garment of happiness is a metaphor here that will fit all the human beings. So, definitely, nobody is getting that perfect fit which was supposed to be in today's world. So, the poet is very disappointed that no one is really thinking about one central question of how and what should be this solution to achieve happiness. So, this wonderful poem has been translated by uh, D.N. Barua from Assamese into English. Originally, this poem was written by Navakanta Barua in Assamese, which has now been translated into English by D.N. Barua. So, as you know, he was a great journalist, a great translator, and a teacher, a lecturer by profession. His contribution from Assamese to English translation works were enormous. And what we come to know about Pes Barua is he has many laurels to his credit. He has received the Katha Award, prestigious award, Katha Award, for his enormous translation works. And at the same time, as a journalist, he has been conferred the B.D. Goenka Award. So, like this, the D.N. Barua has many achievements to his credit. He was also the recipient of the Government of India, which awarded him the fourth highest civilian honor, called as the Padma Shri, which was conferred to him in 2016 for his contributions to literature. Well, as you all know, taking a quick recap of today's session, this poem Measurements is a metaphorical poem, and this is a translation from Assamese poem written by Navakanta Barua, and it has been extracted from a wonderful book, an anthropological based book called as The Dancing Earth. And Other than translations, we also observe that Navakanta Barua has been involved in translation of foreign authors like Dante, Goethe, and Pushkin. So many of their works have also been translated into English by this eminent poet, Navakanta Barua. Thank you, my dear friends, for listening to this session of learning. Thank you.